Once we find one, for example a tank, we find a location, the pilot takes requests from the military. We have teammates that specifically are engaged in procurement. I have a message for the West. I'm Mr. Evgen, and I'm an operator of an octocopter R-18. All missions begin with the selection of the target. Once we find one, for example a tank, we find a location that is a safe distance from the enemy, but of course is in range. There should be a protection or shelter in case of artillery shelling. We then wait for orders from the Ukrainian military. We need to coordinate with them so they don't shoot down our drones. After that, we look at the forecast for the wind and rain, and when it's clear, we fly. When we start the mission, we need to make wind adjustments. When the drone gets up to working height, we go into drift mode with the weight of the bomb connected, and this is how we calibrate it. We can't find a target, we just don't dump the bomb before returning. We typically return it because ammunition is in short supply. Beforehand, we ask the combat engineer if he's ready to receive it. Then the drone lands in a location far from people, then places the bomb on the ground safely, then comes to the base. The combat engineer then goes and picks it up. We don't have much hierarchy in our group. Any pilot can approve a mission as long as the Ukrainian army clears it. The pilot takes requests from the military, and then he determines the general situation. Our families know about our work. They treat it with understanding and respect. We have received Ukrainian medals of honor from the various highest levels, and it makes our heart soar to receive them. We have a huge shortage of parts. Since the beginning of the full-scale invasion, drone part shipments have deteriorated, and we feel it. We have teammates that specifically are engaged in procurement. They get on the internet, they get on the phone, and make the magic happen. They haggle, they trade, they beg, anything to get the parts. We haven't had anyone taken prisoner or killed. We plan our operations very carefully, and we are very quiet and stealth-like. We have lost drones, but we are very careful not to have any information on them that would allow the Russians to determine frequencies or tactics. We change the frequencies for each mission. We have lost drones from rifle fire. We usually work at night, but if the enemy has scopes with night vision, there is a chance that they hit our drones. We post information on the flights on our webpage. We show people what we can without giving away tactical information. This work is carried out on the site and on social networks such as Telegram. People ask about statistics on what we have destroyed, but it's actually not that easy to calculate. We have many groups that do a lot of work independently of each other. To do this, each group must keep its own statistics. Few kept score in the early days of the invasion, but now we're trying to make a more or less accurate calculation, and we plan on releasing it soon. People ask me, how do I feel about Ukraine? I love Ukraine unconditionally, but this is not fanatical love. I will say this, I do not agree to die for Ukraine, but I agree to kill for it. I have a message for the West. I am grateful to the governments of USA, Germany, England, Poland, Spain, and Australia. I hope that the people of India and China will soon persuade their leaders to also side with good and distance themselves from evil. I have a message for the younger generation of Ukrainians. Never ever trust the Russians and volunteer for military service. No one will attack a strong Ukraine.